Hello, lacrosse fans, and welcome to the Toronto Rock Athletic Center in Oakville, Ontario, as we continue with Week 3 in the Arena Lacrosse League with the defending champion St Catharines Shockwave visiting the Toronto Monarchs. Hello and Happy New Year. I'm Lance Wynn working alongside JVI Productions. Welcome to the first broadcast of the 2020 season, and we are thrilled as usual to have you with us. And let's get right to it. Starting goalies, once again for the Shockwave, they'll do goaltending by committee. It'll be Chase Martin that gets to start, but Grant Crowley will come in for the second half. And at the other end, Joel Watson will get to start for the Monarchs. He leads the league with a 3.0 goals against average. Head coaches for today's game for the visitors from St. Catharines, Ron Mouser Henry is in his fourth season as head coach and GM. His assistant is Clancy Almas. And also in his fourth season as head coach and GM of the Monarchs, Blaine McCauley is behind the bench. His assistants are Mike Faulkner, Ryan Marshall, Spencer Janes, and Matt Pelkey. As we get underway, officials for today's game, Mark Thompson is the crew chief. He's joined by Blair Ferguson and Dwayne Zeelenberg. And if you notice, just a little bit of a clash between the right Toronto Rock practice jerseys and the gold of the Shockwave, and right off the bat early on, starting things off, and you're going to have to cut us a wee bit of slack here, or not us, but me, as opening up the scoring, Big John Vesna gives the Monarchs a 1-0 lead. Any kind of color contrast. So the Monarchs come into this game, of course, sporting a 2-0 record, and the defending champion Shockwave have been challenged, lost a couple of quick ones, and they are, for the first time, 0-2. And right off the bat, possession goes to the Monarchs. Patrick Corbett, leading scorer in the Arena Lacrosse League, comes in with 17 points. He has been red hot and on fire. They'll work the left side. Overhand shot is stopped. That was Todd Kozak, who is making his Arena Lacrosse League debut, and getting it over the line is Dylan Laprade. Laprade will put on the brakes, get it to Brian Neufeld. Full roster here for the Shockwave. First time this season they've got Brooker Muir, their glue guy, back in the lineup. And if you check, number 17, Big Lane Smith, back out there, as the sniper will take his place on the left shooter's side and work that side with Neufeld. Neufeld, half boards, looking for a screen. Good quick pass, quick stick, stopped by Watson. Ball loose on the boards, picked up by the Shockwave. They got a fresh clock. They're going to kick it back out. Neufeld's going to reset. Swing it over left side. Smith lets that one go, goes off a defender, rebounds picked up. That underhand, a weak one, but stopped. And that was Kent Baker print up. And the Monarchs now will get it over the timeline, and they'll go to work on offense. Steve Portelli will kick it back out to Ben Heidecker. Good defense by the Shockwave as they force a turnover now in transition. Isaac Vanderzalm. Saul not in the lineup today, his brother, so he'll have to represent. Shockwave on offense. Neufeld, latecomer, will come and set up at the top. Working over there on that side is Anthony Patterson, another offensive threat that Ron Henry's glad to get back into the lineup, as another very efficient scorer on offense is Anthony Patterson. Cam Mancini, he'll dump it and remain on there for offense. Monarchs will work the boards with Vesna. Vesna will lean in. Swing it over to the right side, not able to handle that pass. And here come in transition the Monarchs. Beauty pass, and look who's back. Number 16, Brooker Muir. His first goal of the season ties this game 1-1. So Anthony Patterson, the guilty party, 2 minutes holding the stick. Monarchs now with their first power play opportunity of this game, and they've been quite proficient to say the least. As Patrick Corbett out there, he started at the top, swing around to the right side, sit in a shooter spot, looks for an angle, stopped, and a rebound is gobbled up by Martin. Martin will send away Brooker Muir. Muir, as you can see, with a stint in the NLL, expect him to be back. Good pass looking there, but not able to find a connection with Gates Abrams. But a good job there to swim his way out of trouble as LaPrade loses it, but kills some valuable seconds as there's now 1:15 to go in the penalty. Monarchs will move it up. They'll set things up on offense. Mancini out there with Corbett. They work things on the left side, swing it back to the right, fake. Corbett, the underhand, wide of the mark. No reset, 10 on the shot clock. Kicked over left side, overhand. Good shoulder save by Martin. And Holtby now will pick it up and move it up. Good transition. With a chance here is Vanderzalm. Kicks it back out to Muir. Muir with a good fake. Stop, reset. And Muir went through the crease. And that should take us to our first officials timeout with 9 minutes to go here, opening quarter. Set to resume here after our officials timeout, 9 minutes on the clock. Tied at 1 here. 40 seconds to go in a man advantage for the Monarchs as they'll work it around the horn. So again, Corbett, leading scorer in the Arena Lacrosse League on the right shooter. Good save made by Chase Martin. Nothing doing, waits for an outlet, and a beauty pass on the money. They'll flip. Muir will stay out there. He's out there with Baker Printup and Kyle Kilgore. Neufeld also floating around on the carpet. That's swung over to the right side. 10 on the shot clock. Under 7 to go in the penalty. Shockwave will, with an over and back violation now, will have to drop it. Okay, it's scooped up by Corbett. Corbett puts on the Jets, blows by one, goes to the far corner, big save by Martin. That rebound caroms out, and another possession here as Graham Bergsma picks it up. Good pass, no look away, picked off though, and the Shockwave will bring it the other way. Shots are 7-6 in favor of the Shockwave. And Lane Smith now with an opening, bounces to the inside, thinks better of it, kicks it back out, working at the top there. That shot is partially blocked by Vanderzalm, and it's picked up now by the Monarchs. They have numbers. Rolling off a one. And a good save made again by Martin. And it's going to be the Shockwave that are going to get their first power play opportunity here on the delayed penalty. Tyler O'Brien out there with Neufeld. At the top, it's Anthony Patterson. Swing it over, and a good skip pass right into the middle. And it looks like we're going to have an illegal cross-checking call. First power play opportunity of the game for the defending champion Shockwave. As Matt Hodgkins, the guilty party for the Monarchs. And when I had a chance to chit-chat with Blaine McCauley, his whole thing was that his defense is his strength, and they need to build on that. That would have been the first point. Second point is, despite being 2-0, you really have to come out against the defending champions intense. There has to be a high intensity level in order for you to play. This is almost like a playoff game and coming in, and you see with a full roster, Shockwave, of course, looking good, trying to feed the middle. Neufeld left side, plenty of time on the shot clock. They work things over and kick it over to the other side. Cody Menzie out there, and money in the bank. So a beautiful job there on the feed. And a power play marker, first of the game, gives the Shockwave a 2-1 lead. So Anthony Patterson making his return to the Arena Lacrosse League, gets on the scoreboard with his first of the season. Brooker Muir peels out of traffic. He's going to tee it up, goes to the, well, not sure that's a sidearm or an underhand, kind of in between. Either way, that will go off the net, and it'll be a fresh clock for the Shockwave. Working with just under 6:40 to go here. Right side, AP. Good fake, goes to the bounce. Stopped, though, by Watson. And Watson now will scoop it up and give way. Here come the Monarchs. Sawyer Howell. Tough pass, but handled neatly. And that wasn't easy by Bergsma. He gets it over, and they set things up at the top, swinging around left side. One-on-one, some good defense there. Tanner Buck looking for an opening, but the D by Steve Lee was on the money. And they force a turnover. Here come the Shockwave. Good forechecking by Bergsma. Going to have to hurry, and they do. Seamus Shanahan. His first game here in the Arena Lacrosse League this season. Lane Smith turns the corner. Tried to go to the far corner, wide of the mark. Good job to track that down by Gates Abrams. They get it back. No reset on the clock. Trying to feed the post. Smith picks it up. Goes to the underhand. Good save. And here comes Okemi. And Omeka Okemi with a shot right in the breadbasket. Handled by Martin. And now in transition, here come the Shockwave. Neufeld looking for someone. Gets a screen. Big shot wide of the mark. That's going to go all the way. Monarchs are going to track that down. And they do. Riley Morgan will give it off, and a beautiful feed and finish. And in a blink of an eye, we're all tied 2-2. With 5:13 to go here in the opening quarter. Riley Morgan pockets his first of this game. And the Monarchs with possession. Good work to get over the line by Corbett. He'll put on the brakes, and they'll swing it around left side. Buck looking for an opening. Lets the underhand go. Good save there made by a defender. That's Dylan LaPrade. And now looking in transition, Hopi will look for him. LaPrade almost just out of his reach, that pass. And Watson will make easy work of that and send away Stephen Portelli. Portelli will dump it down in the corner. And they'll kick it back to the top. Vesna will swing it around. Buck trying to duck under, gets a step, tried to go to far side, stopped by Martin. And Martin now with the outlet. Shockwave going to have to hurry as they do not get it over. Neufeld came up a bit short, wasn't quite sure. It was a violation. Possession now will go to the Monarchs. And right out of the bench, good pass on the feed, good fake. Nothing doing there, and a late hit on Todd Kozak is going to cost the Shockwave 2 minutes in the sin bin. Set to resume play here after our second official's timeout. 4:04 to go. And too many men on the floor. The bench minor assessed to the Shockwave, and for the second time in this game, the Monarchs will go to work with a man advantage. Around the horn it goes. Cam Mancini at the top, finds an opening, sidearm steer to side. Good pad save by Martin, and took his eye off it, did Mancini. But it was tipped, and a reset, fresh clock here for Toronto. Sizing things up, coming with the in-out, and getting the job done is the leading scorer in the league, Patrick Corbett. A power play marker. So the teams trade power play goals, and it's 3-2 for Toronto. So Patrick Corbett, that's his 7th goal of the season, and gives him 18 points in transition. Shockwave, quick shot by Vanderzalm, not able to get much on it. Monarchs will come away with it, and they move it up. Chasing that down was Mitch Zulian. Zulian will do a good job to put on the brakes and hold and wait for the offense. He'll retreat. They'll set things up right side with 3:10 to go here in the first. Bergsma will find the trailing John Vesna. Vesna sheds off a defender, rolls off another, kicks it over. Not able to handle that pass, though, was Portelli. Portelli gets tossed to the carpet. That's a violation. Possession to the Shockwave with under 3 to go here. Talon Badaway will give it up to Neufeld. Neufeld will swing it to Abrams. They'll go across to the right side. looking for an opening and for a cutter, dumps it in the middle, and Abrams with a defender draped all over him. That's going to be a delayed penalty here coming to the Monarchs. Then they got a fresh clock. They're going to work something here for a good shot. Martin has retreated to the bench for the extra attacker. Neufeld sends it down low. They go behind the net. It's Abrams, usually out in front. He'll size things up, fakes the pass, tries to go, and from an impossible angle, I don't even know how he got that in. But a beauty goal, and we're all tied 3-3. So if ever there was a question on whether or not you should play this game on your stick side, there was a perfect example as Gates Abrams used every inch he had to somehow calculate the angle from behind the net to work the short side on Joel Watson, and you can tell Watson's not too pleased with that goal. Either way, we're all tied at 3 here. Neufeld. Quick pass to a cutter, and Muir stopped by Watson. Watson, good outlet pass. Will send away Heidecker. Heidecker takes a hard hit, gives way. 3-on-1 here. Monarchs dump it down. Backhand pass down low. Vezina takes a hit, couldn't handle the pass. Ball loose, and it comes away, and it's a Shockwave. In transition, but no numbers. As Quinn Halligan will make the right decision here and give way to the rest of the offense. Kilgore out there with Neufeld. Neufeld looking for a screen through traffic. Good save by Watson. Ball loose, scooped up by the Monarchs. They're on the run. Mancini with the trailer. Buck stopped. So the Buck stopped there with Chase Martin. And back come the Shockwave now with 1:20 to go here in the first. Neufeld waiting for a screen, gets it to Abrams, kicks it immediately back out to Neufeld. He'll track it down with 15 on the shot clock. Smith looking for a cutter. Abrams, big man, goes to the corner. Good save by Watson. Ball loose on the carpet, scooped up in the dotted area, picked up and moved up by the Monarchs. Zulian, he will flip, give way to Bergsma. We're under 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Bergsma, good pass down low. They'll work it now to Buck. Buck looking for a cutter in the middle, not able to handle it. Bergsma had it momentarily, but now the Shockwave come with numbers. Going to the corner, stopped by Watson. Mitch Dumont did a good job and excellent hustle as we're now in 30 seconds. Battling down there is Bergsma and Kyle Pedwell. And the veteran comes away with that loose ball, and he'll move it up. Dangerous pass, but retrieved well by Corbett. And now there's 15 on the game clock. They're going to hold it and wait. Under 10. Buck, size it up. Corbett tried to go 5-hole, stopped, and Martin will go for the empty net. Just missed. And that will do it. A very entertaining opening first quarter. Good to go here as we are set for quarter number 2. And if you look at the board, shots on goal even at 14 apiece. And in the goals column, 3-3 the score as these two teams at opposite ends of the spectrum after 2 games here in the Arena Lacrosse League. This, of course, week 3. We'll get you caught up on some earlier action around the Arena Lacrosse League as the Monarchs now will set things up. Teams at full strength here after each has notched a power play goal. That screen is not going to work by Mancini. A little extra as the Shockwave now will bring it back up, get it over the timeline, and go to work on offense. Neufeld gets it quickly out of the back door. Heads up now. This is the end where the Shockwave will have the advantage with the back door being closest to the visitor's net. Coming around, curling around, Anthony Patterson, big overhand. That's wide. Scooped up, and a blind headman pass to Patrick Corbett. He gets it up, doesn't have numbers. 2-on-3 right now, and he'll fake the flip, and they'll remain out there. Patterson. Quick shot wide of the mark, and through the crease, the call. So Todd Kozak not able to avoid the blue area, and possession now to the Shockwave. Neufeld looks for a screen, gets a couple, dumps it off on the screen and roll. Not able, though, to come away with it cleanly with Shanahan. And that will give the ball back to the Monarchs with 13:30 to go here, second quarter. Howell, he'll flip and give way. Vesna swinging on the side to Buck. Buck looking for a screen, and if Vesna gives you a screen, boy, it's very effective. That shot wide of the mark and tipped away. It's Holtby. Holtby, big long strides, going to be a lot of work to catch him. Gets a shot off, goes 5-hole. So how about Jordan Holtby in transition? So Holtby, a much-needed goal for the Shockwave as they regain the one-goal lead. That's been the largest lead here. And the Monarchs now working on offense. Bergsma will swing it around to Buck. Buck looking for an open, tries to slide one through the crowd. Stopped, though, by Martin. Martin now will give up the outlet, and the Shockwave will move it up over the line. Patterson looking for an opening. Dumps it off, going low. Brooker Muir. And I'll tell you, got to be happy to see him back in a Shockwave uniform as Muir pockets his second of the game. Just in case you missed it, week 3 started with our debut as an Arena Lacrosse League debut in Millbrook Arena just south of Peterborough. It was Paris taking on the Timbermen. And, of course, the Timbermen with a 1-1 record. Paris came in at 3-0. And Paris trailed 7-3 at one point, but ended up winning a thriller 8-7 with 5 unanswered goals. And so congratulations to the Riverwolves, a big road win and a big loss to the Timbermen. And we, of course, would like to send our regards out to Mark Vredenberg. Suffered what could potentially be a major knee injury, that in the fourth quarter of that game. And Vredenberg, a value not only to the Timbermen, but a very valuable player here in the Arena Lacrosse League. And we hope that it comes up as a bit of a sprain more so than any kind of tear. And we hope that that's the case, as Anthony Patterson, as you see there, they worked to give and go, but it's gone and went, a crease call. And the Monarchs now will bring it back. So Mark Vredenberg, get well soon. Get back on this carpet. This league needs you. Holtby battling for it. And he'll come away with it. Double team there. And interference the call. So an illegal screen called by Tyler O'Brien. Gets called for a move and screen. Possession will remain right here with the Monarchs. In case you joined us late, Monarchs wearing Toronto Rock practice jerseys. Bit of a mix-up, color to color. Very similar colors, these two teams. And wanted to make sure that things were easy for the players and for the officials. Pedwell put on the brakes, took a shot, and Watson had to freeze. Make sure it didn't pop out of his pad and in the back of the net. Here come the Monarchs now with just over 11 minutes to go, second quarter. Buck slide it over. Good move made there, but thinking better of it was Tyler Halls. They get it over right side, give and go. Good pass, stopped by Martin. Dumped again, point blank, and again, good defense by the Shockwave. Pat Corbett was stymied there, and LaPrade does a good job, uses the carpet, gets a slide off, and makes a good pass. Not able to handle it initially was Shanahan. Tracked down the carom, and he gets it to Neufeld. Neufeld, give and go, quick one as Kilgore had a chance. Sorry, that was Prinup, but he was stopped by Watson. Here come the Monarchs now. Back the other way. Dump off, and a kick to the trailer. Big shot. Made that look easy, did Martin. And here come the Shockwave. Blake Dunford. He'll put on the brakes and send it back out to Muir. Neufeld. We're at the 10-minute mark here, second quarter. 5-3 Shockwave. They are searching for their first win of this season, sitting at 0-2, and that will take us to our officials' timeout. Good to go here at the 9:55 mark. The Shockwave holding a 2-goal advantage. Lance Wynn alongside JVI Productions. Glad to have you tuned in here as we're rolling through week 3 of the Arena Lacrosse League. 2 more games tomorrow at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. As Tanner Buck looking for an opening. Skip pass is not a good one. Ball loose, picked up by Chase Martin. There'll be a delayed penalty and some extracurricular activity going on there. Steve Lee took exception to whatever it was that John Vesna did or said. And Lee will find himself in the box. And for the third time this game, the Monarchs will go to work with a man advantage. They're 1 for 2 on the power play. They'll work it around the horn. Mancini at the top. Corbett on the right shooter. Buck here, left shooter. Backhand pass goes awry. Good hustle by Muir. Muir will pressure. 15 on the shot clock. Mancini. Size it, gap it, overhand. That's stopped by Martin. Good pad save. Ball loose in the corner there. Houtby in there battling, chopping down a couple trees. Trying to work some clock, and that's going to remain possession right here to the Monarchs. And they'll set things up at the top. Mancini with an opening, kicks it, Buck. Buck again looking for a cutter, and Corbett tried to go to the backhand, but felt the wood of a couple of sticks. Couple good cross-check. Muir battling for it, just a little too overly aggressive. Will give the possession back to the Monarchs with 1:12 to go in the power play. Buck. They'll swing it around, and Buck will take the top, and you see Corbett slide down right crease. Mancini, right shooter. That one, Vesna moved up to the left shooter, went over the net, and in transition now, here come the Shockwave. Don't have numbers. Good dump pass, and a quick shot by Van der Zalm. Almost able to haul that in was Halligan, but it's the Monarchs now that get it into the offensive end with 35 seconds to go in the penalty. Buck, he will quarterback this set. Vesna will move up to the left shooter spot. And Corbett, the right shooter, that again, sidearm, steered aside by Martin. Fresh clock for the Monarchs. Under 20 to go in the penalty. Buck, Vesna, back to Buck, swinging around. Corbett, good job of closing up that box. It's a very, very compact box, and Martin with a good outlet as he closed the 5-hole. There's going to be another too many men on the floor call. As you can see clearly, 2-4-6. So that 1 second goes off the clock, and now the Shockwave will go to work on the power play. They are 1 for 1, this being their second. They'll work things around the horn. Neufeld will step into one, and he finds the back of the net. So a big goal there by their assistant captain, Brian Neufeld, his first of the game. So the Shockwave have been extremely efficient with the man advantage, going 2 for 2. And Muir off the draw. He'll do a spin, fall, get back up again, get it over the timeline, wrong stick side, thinks better of it, and he'll set it back out to Patterson up high. Patterson, right side, will size up the opportunity, kick it to Neufeld. Neufeld with some room, dumps it over to Smith. And Smith from another tough angle, wrong stick side, but doing what he does, pockets his first goal of the season. And it's a 7-3 lead for the Shockwave. Of the 7 Shockwave goals, Abrams, Houtby, and Neufeld are responsible for 3. The other 4 coming from players playing their first game of the season here and triple teamed and getting worked over down there was Steve Lee. And looks like these guys are going to mix it up. And Riley Morgan and Steve Lee. And with the takedown, we'll call that a draw. And going forward, you won't be seeing that too much more often in the Arena Lacrosse League as we're set to go here, they were coincidental fighting penalties. Just checking to see if they're going to be 5 or 2. Either way, teams are 5 aside. Lane Smith in the corner. Smith, Neufeld, give and go in close quarters. So it is 5-minute majors for both players, and Monarchs now go back on the attack, trailing by 4. Just over 6 minutes to go here in the half. Mancini dumped it off. Bergsma couldn't handle it. Shot clock wind down. They got a little careless, and the flip from Pedwell will go off the boards. LaPrade not able to track it down, and here come the Monarchs now with another chance on offense. Dumping it down low, going hard. The dive, good save by Martin. And here come the Shockwave in transition. Trying to track that down was Halligan. He does. And he'll race around and look for some assistance. Gets it back out, Muir. Muir will shoot it over left side. Neufeld. Swinging around, get it back. Quick one. Baker Printup with a good shot. Stopped though. And we're going to have another penalty, and I believe it's going to go to the Monarchs. And that's going to give the Shockwave their 3rd power play opportunity of this game. So back to work with a man advantage are the Shockwave, 2 for 2 on the power play. They'll work it around the horn. Neufeld will step in. Smith will cross. No look, beauty feed. Just not able to find that far corner was Cody Menzie. And it's Patterson, big overhand, steered aside by Watson. That's going to go and picked up and curl around by Patterson. Minute and a half to go in the power play. Patterson moves in. Late stick check will make him curl out, and he'll swing it around as Smith sizing up with a cutter, and that door got closed in a hurry. Good save there by Watson. And that will take us to our final officials timeout of the opening half. 4:49 to go here. 1:21 in the minor penalty as the Shockwave will remain on the power play, and one-on-one Tanner Buck getting worked over by Brooker Muir. So a good job by Buck. Muir, no easy defender. And the Monarchs will work some clock and try to kill some valuable seconds here. Pass goes across. Not able to get it, and it's LaPrade. LaPrade will look up and move it up and just out of the reach of Brooker Muir. And Watson now bounce pass will move it up to Buck with under 50 seconds to go in the penalty. Buck will wait. LaPrade all over him. Curls out. Takes a couple knocks from Hopey. Good grab over there on that right side. Mancini leaning in. Has Vanderzome on him. 5 on the shot clock. He's going to roll that in the corner. And 25 seconds left in the Shockwave power play as they'll hurry, get it over, and get their offensive unit out there. 7-3 the score for the Shockwave. They've scored twice with the man advantage here, trying to add to that tally. Neufeld, swing it out. They'll bring it to Patterson, back to Neufeld. Cody Menzie out there at the top. Lane Smith under 10 on the shot clock. Penalty over now. Team's at full strength. Lane Smith shot on target. Picked up by Neufeld. Hesitation. He'll trot around. He does the flip way up. And Patterson with a tip goes over the glass. Possession now to the Monarchs. Okemi. He's going to weave through traffic and get it up. He'll retreat. And the offense now for the Monarchs. John Vesna looking for an opening. Sheds a defender, goes to the net, and he's wide of the mark. Won't say why. Threw it over top, and here comes the Shockwave in transition. On the move. That's going to be a check from behind. That was an easy call there as Tyler O'Brien hit the carpet. And once again, the Monarchs will play a man down. Fourth power play of the game for the Shockwave. Steve Portelli, the guilty party. And a chance here for the Shockwave to extend their lead. Once again out there, it's going to be Menzie at the top. And that shot stopped by Watson, and good pressure. Patterson going to have to hurry, and a good job to do that as they get it over the timeline. Kami will stay in and try to burn some valuable seconds. Eric Krapinczyk out there as well. And Graham Bergsma. Bergsma will dump it down. And it's Corbett. 5 on the shot clock. Corbett make a move, curl back out, and he'll let it go. Wide of the mark. That's going to go the length of the carpet. And you got to play it where it lies. So that will get the ball deep in the offensive end for the Shockwave without them having to carry it over and give up some valuable seconds with 1:15 to go in the penalty. Creeping in on the 2-minute mark here in the second. Behind the net, Abrams. Remember what he did last time. Backhand, swings it back out. Two-man game with Lane Smith. Abrams sizing things up. Fakes there, fakes. No look. Neufeld. Abrams, quick shot, and it trickles in. So chemistry, a big thing here as Neufeld, Smith, and Abrams have worked out tandem. Second time in this game, Abrams has pocketed one. And it's 8-3 for the defending champs. 3 for 4 on the power play are the Shockwave. And their efficiency, one of the reasons why they are the defending champs, as right off the draw there, Tyler Halls will give way. We're 1.5 to go here in the half. Monarchs will swing it around to Tanner Buck. Buck, look for that half step, gets it on Patterson, flips it back, curling around, not able though to get a handle. Has the handle now, and Matt Hodgkins gets it overhand. Good save made by Chase Martin, and he'll move it up to LaPrade, not able to come away with that. He'd have to have been 6'10", 6'11" to haul that one down. And Mancini will set things up. We're in the final minute here of the half. Buck, underhand, finds the mark. So they finally sneak a long shot by Chase Martin, and it's Tanner Buck with his first of the game. And he cuts the deficit in half. It's now 8-4. Off the draw. Ball loose. Van der Zalm battling for it. Okemi all over him. And charging in. That's going to give possession to the Monarchs. As just a wee bit overly aggressive was Tyler O'Brien. Okemi now. 40 seconds on the game clock. Corbett's going to let it go. Trying to do the 2-for-1. And Martin now looking for a quick outlet. It's almost knocked down by Bergsma touched him in the crease. That's going to be a delayed penalty. Neufeld, Smith, give and go. Smith missed wide of the net. And that's picked up, and there's going to be a delayed penalty. It's going to be a slot checking the goalie in the crease. And it's going to be Graham Bergsma, the guilty party. And with 21.5 seconds to go, the Shockwave will end the half on the power play, and if they're not able to convert, they will have some time heading to begin the third. Menzie out there, he'll play the top. Patterson, Abrams, right side. Neufeld, Smith, left side. Neufeld got the pressure. Good job there. And excellent work to pressure. And with 5 seconds on the game clock, peeling out was Kaprensic. Gives it up. Good bounce shot. Corbett did, but a late save. And that'll do us. 30 minutes in the books. 8-4 the score in favor of the defending champs back with the third. Back here for quarter number 3 as we get set in the circle for the beginning of the third quarter. Brookermuir in there, and the Shockwave will have a minute 35 of a power play to open up this third quarter, and it'll be Brian Neufeld that will settle things down. He'll quarterback this for the time being out there with Lane Smith on that left side. Careless pass. They'll work the two-man game. Seamus Shanahan out there as well. That shot by Anthony Patterson. Abrams tracks it down. Fresh clock now. Just over a minute to go in the man advantage. Shockwave have been extremely efficient. 3 for 4 with the man advantage. This being their 5th power play of the game, and it goes over the timeline, and we're going to have a penalty call. 1 for 3 with a man advantage as John Vesna will curl off of Dylan Laprade and swing it around to the right side. Patrick Corbett, leading scorer in the Arena Lacrosse League. Tanner Buck looking for an opening, ducks in, kicks it back. Mancini will go off the defender and ran out of real estate, caught his toe on the line, and back come the Shockwave. Good job on the swim move by Halligan. Halligan's had a solid game here. At least the first half of a game, gives it up, and good speed. Kilgore turns the corner, tried to go short side, couldn't find enough to squeeze it through on Watson, and now it'll be Pat Corbett. Just note, goaltending change for the Shockwave. It's Grant Crowley that has taken over between the pipes for Chase Martin. Chase Martin, outstanding, only allowing 4 goals in 2 quarters of action. Corbett, kick it back out. Mancini, Buck there, and a good save made by Crowley, and Crowley will loft the lob right into the basket. Brookermuir. Muir, hesitation, pulls back, and he'll swing it around. Good diving attempt there, as never a shortage of effort. Brookermuir, and they'll swing it up to Mancini. Just a word of note, you see some NLL helmets out here on the floor. Guys will definitely, whether you be a healthy scratch or practice roster, if you play in the NLL and you've got the weekend off, you are here playing in the Arena Lacrosse League. That's the case for Brookermuir and Anthony Patterson. Shockwave come away with it, and it's Laprade. Laprade weaving in and out. Mancini faced with the task, and it's Lane Smith, head of steam, takes it hard, picks the corner. So Lane Smith looking awfully fresh here in his first Arena Lacrosse League game of the season. So not what head coach Blaine McCauley had in mind when he sent his power play unit out there to give up a shorthanded marker to Lane Smith. And Monarchs now working to get possession as the penalty over teams back at 5 aside. 5-goal lead for the defending champions as we're just under 12 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Bergsma sizes it up, gets a screen, looking, tees it up, gets it over. Buck underhand, well wide of the mark. Bergsma bails him out, dumps it down low on a good no-look. Chase down there, and that ball fished out by the Shockwave, and they'll bring it up over the timeline. Bat away, bounces off one defender, goes to the underhand, but wicket's closed by Watson, and he'll move it up. Taking it in, and not even sure how that found its way in. But give some credit to Emeka Okemi, as his athleticism certainly helped. That ball went up in the air. Crowley lost it, and Okemi will be credited with his. So Joel Watson will pick up the helper on that play. Not a goal you see every day, but we've seen at least 3 of those here today. As a good job on the draw, but looks like Brooker Muir tried to extend the long arm of the law, got caught doing it. Possession to the Monarchs. They'll get it back out, and it'll be Corbett to set things up. Buck rolls off one, give and go, decides to keep it. Crowley closed up that short side, and he'll get it to Hopi. Hopi will use his long strides to get it over the timeline in plenty of time. And he'll flip and remain on offense. Kilgore, going to be a delayed penalty to the Monarchs. Kilgore, good move, ducks inside, and it's not going to be good here as Gates Abrams gets a hold, and hopefully they can stop this one before there's any permanent damage done to anyone. Abrams clearly going to win the size battle in that category, as so as we've gotten things cleared up and you can see teams are 4 aside, it looks like a 2 to Howell and a 5 to Abrams. I guess they considered him the aggressor. So after those 2 minutes are out, it'll be a 3-minute power play for the Monarchs, much needed as they work in that zone. Trying to tiptoe his round and get an opening was Kozak, and the Shockwave now will bring it up. Dunford moves it to LaPrade. LaPrade, one man to beat, does the swim move, loses it, knocks it back, and Patterson will hold on to it. Wrong stick side, he'll try to go by a defender, curl out, and wait for some assistance. He gets it from Smith. Smith goes airborne, hauls that in, lets it go. Good save by Watson, rebound corralled, and a good job there by Krapinczyk, who has had himself an outstanding game up to this point. 9:40 to go here in the third. Just a reminder, tomorrow, 2 games at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena, and a good give and go wide open about, but Crowley closed that off. On point blank opportunity there by Bergsma, and now it's Pedwell. Pedwell bounces off one, ricochet. Pedwell with the finish. So despite taking a couple of late hits, Kyle Pedwell delivers in transition. And there's going to be extra penalties here as it's a 10-5 game. So just getting clarification here, it looks like teams here are still at 4-on-4. 3:45 to go in Abrams' 5-minute major. And we'll find out if that late call, but Okemi does a good job to weave through a couple defenders, gets it back out. He'll retreat to the bench, gets it to Corbett. They work it on the right side. Down low, looking for an opening. That was Howell. Howell out from that penalty. And we'll find out if there was a late call. Howell right on the mark, stopped by Crowley. And Crowley will get it away. Here come the Shockwave. Got to hustle to get it over the timeline. They do. Neufeld and Muir on the left side. Get used to this. Week 5, Arena Lacrosse League will go 4-on-4 for the entire game. Behind the net, curling out with some room. On the fade was Patterson. Got it back, no reset for that one right on target. Comes right back to Patterson. Gets bumped off it. Gets some help down there behind the net. And a lot of fishing doing, and a good job by the Monarchs to come away with it. Corbett will trot it up over the timeline with 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Mancini will swing it around to Vezina. Vezina left side has Hope. He got a piece of it and forced a bad pass, and here's Vanderzalm. Vanderzalm with Corbett on him. Corbett goes to the stick. Good stop made by Watson. And that will take us to our officials' timeout. Good to go here at the 7:38 mark. It's a 10-5 game in favor of the defending champion Shockwave, but here come the Monarchs with a full power play opportunity here now to try to cut into this 5-goal deficit. Corbett, and too much on that screen by Mancini, will give it to Hopeby and the Shockwave, and he'll flip it back. Brooker Muir. Lane Smith. Smith looking in very good shape, must say, here, as good to have him back in the Arena Lacrosse League. Smith now with an opening, has plenty, and he teased that up wide of the mark. Ball goes loose, and a good heads-up play by the Monarchs to leave it. That means they'll play it where it lies. It's already down in the offensive end deep. Minute 20 to go in the man advantage. This is the 5th power play opportunity for the Monarchs. They've managed just 1 goal. Corbett, good fake. Corbett, opening, good save by Crowley. Ball loosed up, nice pickup by Buck as he gets it back out to the top. Mancini, Buck, quick stick wide. Mancini will track it down. And they'll continue. Bergsma on the right side. Bergsma has room to step in, gaps it, and a good job to knock that down. So Brooker Muir already a problem, and Muir with good speed. He's going to blow by, get a chance here. Brooker Muir try to go corner wide of the mark. So a good effort by Brooker Muir as the Jets seem to be working, but the accuracy just a wee bit off as possession will stay here with the Shockwave with 30 seconds left in the penalty. Patterson will get it over to Neufeld. Neufeld will swing it over to the right side. Good fight in the corner by Menzie, but he loses it. And here come the Monarchs. No numbers, they do now. Vezina, bounce shot stopped by Crowley. Picked up and out the door, moved up is LaPrade. LaPrade. Wees tries to flip to Patterson, and instead that's a turnover. And it will go to the Monarchs, who in all their giving nature want to give it back. Hope he picks it up, and the Shockwave now will turn it the other way. Steve Lee will roll it to Neufeld. Neufeld and the offense will set up as the teams now are back to full strength. Leaning in the shoulder, but having that chopped away. Shanahan, a good job to get that one back as they seem to be working him over. He's wreaking some havoc in the middle. Good job trying to turn that corner by Baker Printup. And it's Watson that lofts one up just a bit too far, and a good attempt, a very good attempt there, and a nice play made by Heidecker. Goes for naught, though, as Crowley gets the outlet away with 4:25 to go here, third quarter. 10-5 Shockwave. We are at the track, Toronto Rock Athletic Center here in Oakville, Ontario. Week 3 continuing, this the second game. There are 2 more tomorrow. And it's right in Abrams in the middle, working in the post area. That loose ball picked up, and it'll be the Monarchs now that send it away. Tyler Halls had to corral it and regroup. And an opening, looking for a cutter. Vezina kicks it back out. Mancini, right shooter. Nothing there. Go back to Vesna. He'll lean in, gets a screen on LaPrade, hesitation, flip not there. Ball loose on the carpet, shot clock violation. And that will take us to another official's timeout. Good to go here with 3:31 to go. Tomorrow's games, Whitby will take on the Paris River Wolves. That at 1 o'clock at the ILA, and that's followed by Oshawa against Six Nations. And wide open on the give and go was Printup. Baker Printup popped in his pocket and out. And the Monarchs now will try to capitalize the other way. Trailing by 5 here, going to have to chip away at this lead. In the earlier game at Millbrook, it was Paris trailing by 5 goals. They reeled off 5 unanswered, including the game winner. Bergsma, the flip. Mancini, too much traffic. It's going to be Brooker Muir. He's going to scoop that up at the carpet. He's going to go in. Muir, good speed in Okami. Muir goes to the 5-hole. Stopped though by Watson, and here come the Monarchs. Now, I said that was Joel Watson. I'm looking and I see Joel Watson over there, so it looks like it's Ryan Masters that has taken over. 1 for 5 are the Monarchs. Got to do better on special teams when you get these opportunities. Buck will inch his way towards the dotted circle. Quick shot, and that's stopped by Crowley. Battling for it and a little too overly aggressive was Mason Wright. And now the Shockwave will have to move it up. Patterson, good heads up as he bounces off one defender, and he'll hold tight with a minute and a half to go in the man short. Neufeld brings it half boards left side. He'll inch his way in just a wee bit closer, get a different angle. And we're under 10 in the shot clock. Neufeld's going to go for a check. Lobs it to LaPrade in the corner. LaPrade will work for it as he always does. Kills enough valuable time. Ball rolls over to the Monarchs bench, and with just over a minute 10 left in the man advantage, here come the Monarchs. Corbett out there with Mancini. Mancini's quarterbacked the majority of these power plays. And Buck's pass gets knocked down. The length of Hopeby sticking that stick in the passing lane causes some trouble, as you see Buck had to go with the fake up down. 5 on the shot clock, got to hurry. Corbett can't get a shot off. Picked up. That shot on target. Crowley, though, has it and flipped to Hopeby, and the defense holds for the Shockwave one more time. We're into the final minute here, third quarter. Kilgore, he'll go for a bit of run. He's got Corbett on him. Trying to work some clock. 10 on the shot clock. 42 on the game clock. Good hard hit on Kilgore. Still in there battling. 3 Monarchs. And they fish it out with 34 seconds to go. Corbett. 2-man game. Gives it up. Dumps it down low. Bergsma. Good pass down low. Not able to pocket that one. Was Kozak. They get it back. Under 20 on the game clock. Big underhand right on the mark. Crowley made that look easy. And he'll send the outlet up the middle. And it's Vanderzalm. He'll get over the timeline. 5. Quick pass. Smith's going to get one last shot. Dumps it back out quick. 6 scores. So Lane Smith feeding the transition man in Isaac Vanderzalm. And with 0.8 seconds on the clock, it's an 11-5 Shockwave lead. And that will do it. 3 quarters in the books here at the track. 11-5 Shockwave. All locked and loaded here for quarter number 4. The Shockwave with a commanding 11-5 lead. I say commanding, but got to take that with a grain of salt. This is lacrosse. And Okami does a good job to blow by two outstanding defenders. Gets a pass across. Corbett's shot stopped. It's scooped up, though, and moved up to Dylan Laprade. Laprade will trot. When you can get by Dylan Laprade and Brooker Muir, you got to have some kind of skill. So Okami did a good job there, and now the Shockwave go to work on the left side. Neufeld. Lane Smith has looked awfully good coming back on the run, Lane Smith. So Lane Smith with a quick release, sidearm on the run. Off the draw, good job there to win it by Riley Morgan. Cam Mancini wasn't able to scoop it up, but he did draw the interference call, and the Monarchs now will bring it to the offensive end. Shots are 39-37 in favor of the Monarchs. And it just goes to show you, between Chase Martin and Grant Crowley, they've been awfully good. Round the horn, looking down low for that quick stick on the crease. Ball loose. John Vesna sidearm goes off a defender, and another shot blocked. No reset. Under 5, going to have to hurry. Gets it on target. Crowley manages to see it, find it, and stop it, and now is Hopi that'll trot over the timeline. Patterson with a good flip back. Good pass over down the crease. Better finish. So Kent Baker Printup with a fine setup to Kyle Kilgore for his first. And the Shockwave continue to roll on 13-5. So the question coming into this game was, how were the Shockwave going to respond to that 0-2 start? They lost their first 2 games by a goal each, and now they certainly have looked awfully good in putting 13 goals up on the board. Off the draw, Monarchs again, and a whole lot of stick work going on, as it looks like the Shockwave are going to find their way into the box, and it could be Brooker Muir. 2 minutes for one for 6. Another power play opportunity for the Monarchs here. You got to figure be a good time to try and cut into this lead. Shockwave just continue to add as Tanner Buck off to Karam Corbett, stopped by Crowley. And Crowley will pull it out, and he'll air it out. Down the line, Holtby knocks it down, and it's picked up by Laprade. Laprade looking for an opening, has 2 defenders on him. He's going to work some clock, thinking better of it. 10 on the shot clock, looking for Abrams. It goes awry, and it's going to be Neufeld. Neufeld's going to toss it down to the corner. Laprade from a tough angle hits the side of the net, scoops it up off the crease, tries to dunk it in. No goal, the call. Crease, and it's going to be moved up the other way with 1:09 to go in the power play. Monarchs looking for something, need something here. As they're making some offensive adjustments, Mancini will give way, and you'll have Corbett slide back to the top. Corbett out there with Vesna and Buck on the left side. Working it over to the right, back down to the crease. Kick it out top, swing around, fake, underhand. Again, great job by the D, as feeling that for sure was Mitch DeMont. Not the first time he's made an outstanding save here in this game. And a fresh clock for the Monarchs. Bergsma, no look. Back to the top. Corbett sizing it up, dumps it down low, skip past. Vesna on the run, tried to go 5-hole. Door closed by Crowley. And Crowley now will loft it up. And Van der Zoom decided better against the Suey pass. And now it'll get moved up. Buck now will hustle up with 10 seconds to go in the power play. Buck's quick shot off the crossbar. Ball loose, Shockwave battling, picked up by the Monarchs. An outstanding job fishing that out by Howell. Howell will give it up. Penalty over now. Muir back on the carpet. Team's back at full strength. 5 aside. Swing it around. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Buck goes to the overhand. That's wide of the mark. That will find the other side of the glass. Possession to the Shockwave with 11 minutes to go here in the fourth. Muir had Neufeld, thought better of it, and he'll wait and dump it off. Shanahan out there, as is Kilgore. Neufeld, too much going on, and Shanahan's screen a little too overly aggressive, and possession will come back to Toronto. Hall's out there, and he'll look, swing it out to Bergsma. Bergsma around the horn. Bergsma lays a good screen for Mancini. Mancini couldn't get the pass off. He's going to go in, brace himself, picked up by the Monarchs, doing a good job there. Hustle-wise was Halls. Halls with a shot on target. Crowley right there. Good outlet to Laprade, and Laprade will make another pass to Neufeld, who will air one out, and they'll start things slowly on the right side, back to the left. Lane Smith sizing it up again. He's been feeling it this game. Good dump off. Going right in towards that net was Tyler O'Brien. Couldn't get a real good shot off, at least not an accurate one, and the Monarchs now in transition. Riley Morgan. He'll dump it off and give way to John Vesna. Vesna gets the screen, kicks it out. And finally, fifth player comes on for the Monarchs. They got to work with under 10 on the shot clock. Tanner Buck bounces off one, takes it strong, runs out of real estate, crease the call. Possession will go to the Shockwave, as that will take us to our officials' timeout. 9:26 to go here in the fourth quarter. Shockwave with possession. Monarchs with a heck of a lot of work to do, trailing 13-5. Anthony Patterson loses one, gets it down behind the net, and the dump shot is a good one. So Lane Smith, man, has he been on fire here today. That's his fourth of the game. Going to be a tough mountain to climb here for the Monarchs, and despite having outshot the Shockwave 43-39 to this point, the Shockwave have a commanding 14-5 lead, and they've only surrendered 2 goals since the end of the first quarter. Some good defense there as Holtby picks that up. He's going to try to run out of traffic. He's going to have to move it up. Going to have to hurry. Laprade will get it over the line, and he'll wait for an opening. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Things will start on the right, kick back over to the left. Baker Printout will kick it back and get it back. Shot right on target, stopped by Masters. That ball kicks around, scooped up again. Too much going on with Shanahan in that dotted half circle. And possession's going to go to Toronto. They're going to move it up. Buck. Good fake and a bounce shot. Stopped by Crowley. And a stick a casualty of this game, as you see Kyle Pedwell will have to regroup, find another tool before he gets back out there, and the Shockwave back to work on offense. Smith on the cutter, beauty pass, not able to convert was Menzie. And no reset, but a delayed penalty coming now to the Monarchs. Shockwave get that shot off, and they're going to go to work again on the power play. And it'll be Neufeld. So Neufeld out there with Shanahan and Smith on the left side. Patterson and Abrams on the right. Neufeld will step right in, let it go. Masters will steer that one aside. Fresh clock for the Shockwave. No hurry here with 7:25 to go. The clock is on their side. As with this lead, 9 goals, they've got a chance to work on some things. Neufeld dumps it. Smith, quick shot, right on target. Masters from his knees. Good outlet pass. And he'll work it up. Tyler Halls. That's going to stay possession right here to the Monarchs with a minute 20 to kill. Graham Bergsma, veteran that came over from the Outlaws in the offseason. A good pickup for Blaine McCauley's Monarchs. Swinging around. Asked to play a more active role here on this team. Good job to force the D out. Bergsma with a fake. Fakes the underhand. Goes to the underhand on target. Stopped by Crowley. And Crowley now will give way to Brooker Muir. Muir will do a count along with the official to get it over the timeline. And again, being very deliberate here as Menzies out there with 45 seconds to go. Brooker Muir begrudgingly comes off. And it's Abrams behind the net with 5 on the shot clock. Abrams again dumps it back out. Lane Smith right on target. Masters stops, and the outlet goes to Okemi. Okemi going to have to track it down. Does, looks around, and a good job of hauling it in. Mancini, another player with a more active role on offense here for this Monarchs team this season. And he gives it up to Vezina. Vezina with 7 seconds, lets a hard one go. Crowley steered that aside. Vezina picked it up, fresh clock, flips it down low, but too much air on that pass. Creased the call, and Tyler O'Brien in there, but it was O'Brien that got his mask grabbed. So it looks like not 2 but 1, as Mason Wright is going to spend 2 minutes thinking about what he did. And that's going to allow the Shockwave to go on a power play one more time with 5:35 to go here in this game. Abrams working with Lane Smith. Smith now will shuffle behind that net. He'll size up the dunk possibility, tiptoe around the white, kick it back out to Abrams. Abrams will swing it. Neufeld back to Smith. Smith in tight. Stopped by Masters. Fresh clock though, picked up. Shockwave now will go back to work. Patterson at the top this time. Neufeld's at the left shooter. Smith, of course, on the crease. Abrams slid up, ducks his way in, has it knocked away. And here come the Monarchs in transition. Good pass, and Patrick Corbett with a shorty here. Finally, a little something for the Monarchs. A shorthanded marker by the league's leading scorer, Patrick Corbett. Each team with a shorthanded marker. Corbett with his second of the game. And Brooker Muir will do the loop and get the flip to Hopeby, and Hopeby will trot over the line with over a minute to go in the man advantage. 4:40 left here, fourth quarter. Shockwave in control. Leading this one 14-6. Neufeld sized it up. Patterson shot, looking for the short side. Didn't come up with anything except air and goes into the bench. That will take us to our final officials timeout. All set to resume. 45 seconds left in the minor penalty to the Monarchs, and it's going to be Tanner Buck one-on-one with Isaac Vanderzalm, and Buck does a good job to get it over the timeline with a good defender on him. Buck shaking it on the half boards, takes a hit, helps his momentum, and he'll kick it back out. Good pass made, and they'll burn some clock here with 25 seconds in the man short, 10 on the shot clock. Kozak right on target. Crowley right where he should be. And a good outlet pass and a good handle there by O'Brien. Tyler O'Brien going hard. Goes to the corner. Stopped by Masters. And Masters now will send the outlet, and away come the Monarchs here with 3:45 to go. James Vezina will give way to Brother John. He'll retreat to the bench. John will remain out there on offense. Off the screen, curling around. Not able to find an opening was Howe. Gives it back to Vezina. Vezina with a defender holding on to him. That's just a little too much extra on the screen. And now it's going to be Laprade that'll bring it up over the timeline. Dylan Laprade puts on the brakes, waits for some assistance. And he'll flip it up to Brooker Muir. Swinging around, Neufeld. Good quick pass. Good move going hard to the net. Stopped by Masters, though. So a good attempt by Menzie. But Ryan Masters was there, ready and waiting. Monarchs over the timeline. Corbett, little shake and bake on the run. Thought about it, dumped it off. Gets it back, tried to anyway. Good defense. Ball loose in the corner, picked up by the Shockwave. And a good job to pass it to himself by Tyler O'Brien. But he's got Buck all over him and wins that battle. Gets it off to Shanahan, and they swing it around, give and go. Cutter, diving shot. And that's going to be another penalty on a check-in from behind. Brian Neufeld one more time, as you can tell, the floor general for this Shockwave team out there with Shanahan, Smith, Abrams, and down low's Patterson. Again, working some clock as we creep in on the 2-minute mark. Neufeld, Shanahan, good shot overhand, stopped though by Masters. Shanahan tracks it down, dumps it, Lane Smith. Smith had a notion, kicked it back out. They'll swing things to Abrams on the right. Abrams sizes it up. Swinging around, back to left, Shanahan. Two-man game with Neufeld. Shanahan, Neufeld, Abrams, and Abrams! And I think Okami may have gotten a bit of Abrams' stick, and that deflection threw off Masters, and a power play marker for Abrams. Abrams with his third goal of this game. Minute 46 to go here, as it looks like the Shockwave will come away with their first win of the season. The Monarchs will be saddled with their first loss. And Kyle Pedwell chasing around defensively. Monarchs get it back out. It's Vezina. Vezina had a step on Hopi, but wasn't able to capitalize on that. Kicks it back out. Bergsma tees it up, right on the mark. Crowley right where he should be. And Crowley's been awfully good, surrendering just 2 goals in taking over the goaltending duties in the second half. Muir. Battle there, picked up by the Monarchs as we are into the final minute here. Out of the back door, good hands, Mancini. Bounces off the check, tries to curl around the dots. Defender all over him. Good D by Baker Printup. Forces the turnover. Good speed here. Bataway puts on the brakes. Gets it over and finished by Baker Printup. His first of the game's a transition marker. Just a reminder, tomorrow's doubleheader at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. Whitby against Paris at 1 o'clock, and then it's the Outlaws taking on the Snipers at 4 p.m. Before we go to task, just a friendly shout out again to Mark Vradenberg. Hopefully the injury he sustained today in the fourth quarter of his game doesn't have him out and off the carpet for too long. Monarchs in a whole heap of trouble. Portelli, and somehow stays on his feet and does a good job. So battering around with 20 seconds to go, he'll get that bounce shot off. The Shockwave won't worry about it. They'll just collect it, and they'll let this thing run out here as they'll get it over the timeline, and that will do it here. So the St. Catharines Shockwave, the defending champions, will come away with a 16-6 win. thanks to some help by Lane Smith with his 4 markers here in this game. Gates Abrams chipped in with 3. Brooker Muir with 2. So the Monarchs, they will go to 2-1, while the Shockwave are 1-2. That's going to do it for us here at the track. On behalf of JVI Productions, I'm Lance Wynn. See you next time.